Another thing we're going to do, spur of the moment, going to change up the skull. Taken off the bottom jaw, painted the teeth black just to hide them a bit, and came across this. So we're going to glue that on here, just to change it up a bit. And add a bit of colour to it. So what I've done here is I've added a motion sensor that a lot of, I guess, YouTubers or whoever use to film themselves. But I've basically punched a hole in the base of the skull and mounted it. If you're wondering what it is, it's just one of these off Amazon. And I've taken off the camera holder. Seems to work. Just got to turn it on at the base, or at the top there. And now it will follow me around. Pretty simple. So here what I've done, got a bit of cotton wool, rolled it up and tried to shape it, and then just covered it in latex. So I'll let that dry and give it another coat. But just a little bit of cotton wool makes a big difference on the look. So using a few different methods I've watched on YouTube, other creators, I'm going to try and create some sinews across here and dangly bits of what might represent skin. And one method I saw was to drag glue over. So one method that I came up with or followed was putting glue on here and allowing it to come down and drag it across the various parts that I wanted it. As you can see, it looks like tendons and sinewy stuff. And eventually I'll paint over all that. So how do we do that? So what I'm doing, I'm just getting a big LV dose of glue, using an air gun or a heat gun, paste it on here and just allow it to drag down. And you can see we can make these other body parts. So I don't use the air gun, it just sort of goes anywhere, right? So if I use the blower with a bit of heat, you get the idea. And don't mind those parts that drop inside the rib cage, because when they start to harden up, it just adds a bit more effect on the inside. So that's the idea. Okay, so building on the idea of making sinews and veins, I've been melting the glue across caps of the legs and also the arms. I've been getting all the old bits of latex from my mixing cup that's gone dry. I've been pulling that out and just been making dead skin out of it rather than throw it away. So I'll end up painting over all this. Same with the arms. And you can see you can get quite good effects out of it. Here's a big flap of skin. And then building on the skull, same again. Just some dead pieces, which will all get painted at some point soon. And I've gone with the toilet paper and latex effect. So I'm trying to give that a go. So once all that's painted, it should come up quite good. And being that it's Easter 2026, my grandson had some foam Easter eggs from his primary school. So I'll cut that in half and that'll end up in there. Let's see if I can put it in. You get the idea. That'll go in there. And I've just got to do something with all the mouth, the jaws, probably have some hanging flesh. We'll see where it takes us next. It's all about experimenting. Another thing I've been doing, as well as keeping all the dried latex on my mixing cup on a smooth surface, make sure it's smooth, I've been just painting on some latex. And when it dries, I can just peel that off. Now I've got another bit of dead skin that I can hang somewhere. Really easy. So just checking to see where I'm at with it. Obviously not painted up or anything yet. But yeah, seems to track all right. It's just rubbing on the bones a little bit, so I'll just need to clean that up a little bit so it's not sticking. Just brushing, in this case, some dark brown paint, and just wiping off. You can see I'm not being real careful with it. Just so it can fill in all the hollow areas. I mean, it's very, very cheap paint, so I don't care if I waste it. Certainly not taking any care with it, as you can see. If you wipe it off or dab it, each way gives you different textures. So again, I'm not even worrying about changing brushes, I'm just doing this fairly rough. Now what I'm going to do, just brushing over the edges in the high areas. And we'll just keep doing things like that. Take off the excess. Just to make it look old and charred, decayed. And I'll keep doing that. So this is the effect we start to get. What I'm doing is I'm dabbing red paint across here, and I'm wiping it off, or just dabbing it off, and all this dead skin latex. I'm just covering it in red paint. Soak it all up, like get some paper, and just dab it, and then just get a bit of black paint, and I'm just sweeping it over the high areas. And once I've done that, I'll get another dab. All these inner parts, once I've painted them red and then wipe off the excess, I get some paint and I'm just painting on the insides. And then again, any excess I just take off. Same again with all up here. So it starts to look pretty interesting from that to that. So as an example, I'm just doing that. Then a bit of black. Might not seem like you're doing much at the time, but once you've done it all, it seems to make a pretty good difference. If you want to, you can even just very lightly brush over there and then just smear it off. It just gives you that darker look. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, right? But personally, I kind of like a bit of red in there. Again, I'm not really fussed about how much paint I use. I use the cheapest paint, so I don't care if I waste it. And I think part of it is just not really caring about being too neat with it. I don't think a corpse would be very neat. But already that's making an effect.